Hi, this is Dr. Farley, and if you're watching this video, this is on neuropathy, and just to give you some basic information about how we think about this problem and how we might be able to be of help to you if the case was to qualify. So when you're talking about nerve damage, and usually we're talking about it in your feet, your hands, but the other thing that people don't understand is that a lot of nerve damage doesn't just show up in your feet and your hands. It also can show up in the center of you, and it can be part of what's called autonomic neuropathy. And autonomic neuropathy can have significant impacts on your health, like heart attack, digestive problems, hormonal imbalances, blood pressure issues, kidney regulation, fluid regulation, immune system dysfunction, hormonal imbalances, if I didn't say that, in female and male hormones, erectile dysfunction. So peripheral neuropathy is a serious problem because the loop from the body to the brain and then the brain back to the body goes through these wires that we call the peripheral nerves. And there's various different reasons as to why we may see peripheral neuropathy. I just want to go through some of them with you. So there can be lack of activation from the body to the brain, injuries, stressors. We can have dysglycemia, which means blood sugars bouncing around, anemia, hormonal imbalances. We can have issues with phase 1 and phase 2 liver detoxification. We can have essential fatty acid imbalances. We can have low glutathione and SOD and other nutrient deficiencies. We can have gastrointestinal dysfunction with or without symptoms that are part of neuropathy. We can have methylation dysfunction, and also we can have bioelectric dysfunction, smog, cell phone, that type of thing. And over a time frame, they create damage to these peripheral nerves. The other one that we didn't throw in there also are side effects of medications, improper digestion, and over a time frame, gradually, again, where these nerves break down. And once they break down, they begin to give you symptoms. So whether you're having the obvious, typical nerve numbness, burning, tingling in your legs, knees, hands, whatever it may be, or you have some of these other things that you didn't even know were connected to the peripheral nerve damage, either way, we can do an assessment, get an idea of the basic level of function, and also set up specific protocols that are specific to you. I hate the word protocol. What I mean by that is we have plans of action specific to work on whatever it is we find that are causing your specific root functional causes, creating your neuropathy. So I hope you found this interesting, and any questions, please call the office, and have a great day. Thank you. Hi, this is Dr. Farley, and in this blog I want to go over with you something called Dysautonomia. I read this book this past weekend, watched all the accompanying videos for each individual chapter, fine-tuned my understanding of the autonomic nervous system. And what I recognize in here is dysautonomia. So the nervous system is the master system, and the output of the brain, 90% of it goes to the autonomic nervous system. You can call it the automatic nervous system. That's what controls the gastrointestinal system, your kidney, your heart, your lungs, your immune system, all your hormones, your reproductive system, your cardiovascular system. Everything is run off of the automatic or the autonomic nervous system. The second part of the brain, called the somatic nervous system, is what runs the brain muscles. That's tight neck, tight back, sports injuries, that kind of stuff. Either way, that's the output of the brain. So most of the time when the brain is breaking down, we're going to see issues with the autonomic nervous system first, because that's 90% of the output, and we may see issues with the somatic system second or at the same time frame. So I would just tell you this, that if there's issues with back pain, neck pain, knee pain, hip problems, hip replacement, knee replacement, surgeries, it usually means that the brain's not working properly, and that you also would have dysautonomia if we checked. But back to dysautonomia. So in here, Dr. David Goldstein, who's an MD, PhD, he mentions in here that dysautonomia, and in here numerous times throughout the videos, he mentions that the number one thing that creates this dysautonomia problem are drugs. prescription drugs taken properly. Yes, prescription drugs taken properly. Let's be clear again. There are no drugs required for health, and the experts in dysautonomia are telling us that the number one cause of dysautonomia, which means your entire health goes down the drain, is caused by prescription drugs taken properly, or over-the-counter drugs taken by what they tell you to take. Now, why is that? Because drugs are not part of health. Drugs are not required for health. And as we see here, drugs can cause side effects, but on a long-term basis, they lower your health because they create an increased pharmacological allostatic load, and then you get stuck into dysautonomia. Pretty soon you have heart arrhythmias. My digestion goes off. My immune system is down. I got chronic infections. My bladder doesn't work. My prostate is swollen. I don't sleep at night. I have anxiety. I have depression. I have all kinds of issues. I have mood imbalances. My hair is falling out. And all of it could go back to looking at the drugs. So drugs are only to manage symptoms. In my clinic, we look for causes. What are the root functional causes? And it usually comes down to three things. Number one, physical injuries or lack of physical exercise. Number two, chemical imbalances from foods, lack of nutrients, drugs, medications, environmental chemicals, environmental toxins, vaccines. And then number three, what's called autosuggestion. This means current mental emotional stress, and it also means cumulative mental emotional stress throughout your life. And all of those things will overload the autonomic nervous system, and your health begins to go down. But number one listed from the Dysautonomia Project is drugs and how they drive the system in the wrong direction. So if you're looking for new answers, not a second opinion, we don't give second opinions. We give you a new opinion, a new clear way to look at how our brains and our bodies work, and then what actions can we take after we take proper measurements to know what to do. So we're not working off of your diagnosis. That diagnosis is not deep enough. No way, no how. We go deeper, we look at proper anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, and from there we tell you what is a prescription plan of action to get things moving in the right direction if the case qualifies. Thanks, have a great day, and I hope you found this interesting.